To this point, we haven't really spent much time looking at how to calculate payments, and that may be something that you're really interested in. It's something that's going to probably affect most of you for a good part of your life, unless you're smart and try not to incur a lot of personal debt. But even in a professional and business sense, there's oftentimes going to be cases when knowing debt and figuring out how to calculate payments and doing those kinds of things can be really, really important. So I'm just going to give you some kind of basic examples and talk you through a couple of things, because it's all for these easy problems. They're all about loans, but I tried to mix it up, right? And so the most common loan, for example, and let's label these, right? The most common loans probably that most of us are going to think about are going to be a consumer vehicle or an RV or something like that. So let's say we're going to buy an RV. I'm going to get a nice one. I'm going to get a, I don't know. What should I get? Not a diesel. I'm going to get a nice fifth wheeler, we'll say. $59,000. I've dickered. Okay, got them down to 59 grand. Okay, because I should leave the decimals in there. I might want those. Okay, normally, I'd probably be able to finance that, and this is where it gets a little bit tricky. Okay, but normally I'd probably be able to finance that. In today's day and age, they're probably doing a lot of these on an 8-year term, say. 7 year. I'm sorry, I was going to say 7 years. Okay, let's I'm gonna type that in here. Years is 7. Okay, and my rate then. And I'm going to put another little deal in here that's APR, annual percentage rate, is, in today's day and age, I'm guessing that a person could probably get that for like 5.25 if you had good credit. So I got to enter that. Enter that as 0.0525, right? Maybe change that to 1%. Okay. So now I got to do my my calculations to figure out what my payment would be for that, and I'm going to make monthly payments. So not annual. Let's say I'm going to make monthly payments. If I were going to do annual, let's do it 2 ways. I'll do it first. I'll do it 3 ways. We'll start with annual. Okay. So let's start with annual, and what we're looking for is payment. I've used that. I mean, if I were going to, I'd look it up under finance. Then I'd come down here to PMT. Okay, so let's do annual first. Well, if I do annual, I come here and I say, it's 5.25. That's my APR annual. My number of periods is my 7 years, and my present value is the $59,000. Ooh. Wow, oops. You know what? I changed my rate. I got that goofed up. Let's got to change that to that. There we go. Sorry, I ended up having a 7, which 7 might have been a 700% rate or something like that. So I got to change that to my 0.0525 as opposed to 7.00. Okay, and I end up then with a payment. And that looks about right, doesn't it? 10,200 and So with the interest, 7, if I make 7 payments of that, I'm going to make $70,000, $71,000. So I'm paying about 12 grand in interest. I'll walk you through that because I want you guys thinking about that as you do those things, right? If you know roughly, or if you see your answer and it looks like, boy, that looks like it should be pretty close, odds are you did it right. Okay, but now let's change this and let's say I'm going to make quarterly payments. Okay. And so my rate then is still my rate. I can still click on that. But if it's quarterly, that means I'm making it every 3 months. I got to divide it by 4. Okay, because I need to calculate then what my rate is. Okay, and on the other hand, I'm going to be making 4 payments per year, or 28 payments total, but it's 4 times 7. So for my number of periods, I go, well, it's 7 times 4 then. I can do it that way. Okay, and I end up with a payment of about $2,531. Okay, This is the more accurate way to do that. Okay, I'm gonna do something real quick here. I'm gonna go back to that payment and do something real quick here. I'm going to go my rate, right, my number of periods. I'm going to give you the annual one, right, because some people might be inclined to say, well, gosh, can't I just do the annual one and then divide that by 4, divided by 4? And the answer is we get a little different answer, right? The answer is we get, how's that? So yeah, we're about 40 bucks off, 41 bucks off, okay? And so this one's more accurate because it's decreasing the principal amount with each quarterly payment, right? So you're actually decreasing the principal a little bit quicker, and so you save some money if you save some money in interest anyhow, if you make that quarterly payment over that time frame. Okay, now what if we go to monthly, because monthly would probably be the most common. Okay. So again, we just did function, we hit our, and it's the same thing, except now of course my rate has to be divided by 12. What if my annual payment is about 10,200, you know, what's my monthly payment gonna be? Well, let's see, 800, you know, 900 would be 10,800, so somewhere between 800 and 900 bucks, right? It should be. I mean, I can just kind of estimate that and get a rough idea. So if it turns out kind of funky, then I can go back and refigure it. So 7, but I'm going to make 12 monthly payments, so I got to multiply that by 12, so a total of 84 payments. Okay? And my present value of that. And I said somewhere between 800 and 900, just kind of roughing it, but as long as I've come out with something that's right there, I'm pretty confident that that's a correct answer. So there's monthly, quarterly, annual, you know, think about those. I think when I've asked these, right, you know, the first one I actually give you the number of months. So I guess that's important to note then too, that if I've given you the number of period, then let's just, there's another way certainly that we could do this, right? I could, for example, just have my number of periods if I've given you the number of months, or yeah, I mean, a lot of times you could do it in your head. If it's 7 years at 12 payments per, it's going to be 84 months. That's going to really change my answer. I'll have to go in and fix that, right? And I could say that I could actually put my interest rate in here. I could say this is equal to 0.0525 divided by 12 and get kind of a, oops, a little bigger, a little smaller number, I'm sorry, for my interest there. And then I can come and redo it this way too. So you can put it either place. So payment, okay, my rate now I've already divided it by 12. My number of periods I've already multiplied by 12. My present value, it should be that $840 that I had before, and it is the same. Okay, $840.85 is what my payment would be. Okay, so let's go see what else I have here. Purchase price, I got 6-year loan. There's quarterly payments like I showed you. There's monthly payments like a real estate loan, pretty much showed you that, right? Annual payments, okay, like a buying a ranch or something like that. And then here's a student loan, and this was kind of like the first example that I set up, right? I just give you the 10 years and the APR, the annual APR. So I should have given you enough information to answer all of those questions. Good luck.